Alright, now that we have xampp installed and we're running it, make sure with the control panel that you don't click on any of these things, of course, because if you do, you'll close down the server. And I want to just show you briefly the type of menu items that you have in the left here. You'll notice that you have your welcome screen, and it tells you if you need to do secure connections. Here are the secure connections that you can go with. Localhost is pretty much the same thing as we have right now. You can check things like the status of what's running on your computer right now and security. You can check out documentation, and then here's a really nice file here called php-info. And php-info is a very simple file. It looks kind of like this. You just have php-info, and you save that as a PHP file that you can run by name. And what that file does is generates all of your configurations for PHP, such as what version you're doing and what all the different settings are currently. And this is actually in a file called php-ini. So you can see that's where that file is located. And we're going to take a look at that folder here in a second as well. Now there's lots of different things when it comes to the configuration that I know nothing about, and I'm not really going to talk that much about, except for the fact that you do want to check the content management system that you're using to make sure that it is going to use the settings that you need. Sometimes I've seen things such as register globals saying that they had to be on, and I don't know what that means, but somehow it's important. Anyway, the other thing that you want to be aware of is where it is saving the files to. So I'm going to go to my computer, C drive. When I installed xampp, it made a folder. I'll double click on that, and it has a lot of files here, but the folder that you're looking for is this htdocs. Double click on that. You'll see that this is actually the entire list of all the files that you have going on here. So here's the index.php file that's actually loading up the xampp stuff, such as it's what's loading up this particular menu. So you just want to be aware of that. You can go back one folder and you'll see that this is actually taking you into this xampp folder right here. So if you want to start putting your files, you can put them in here. So you can create a new folder at any time. My site. And I could create a new file, index.htm, and just so we can see that it actually is going to be having some information, I might go ahead and just type in anything, even hello. I know that I have not given it anything real when it comes to code, but that's alright. We just wanted to make sure that we're checking it out. So I go to localhost, my site, and you'll see that it does show me that hello. Now, of course, if we wanted to run something like the PHP info, I could put that in the folder as well. Let's type that in, save it, change this to PHP, and we'll run that file, see if it works. And you'll see indeed it is running the PHP server. So you just have to get used to where you're saving your files, and the fact is that you're just putting them in this htdocs folder just like you would on a normal server. And the only thing that's a problem is that you've got, by default, it comes up with that menu, but you can kind of fudge things a little bit if you want. I've sometimes renamed this and used this very special script, which I love, called encode explorer. So encode explorer, and I've loved it. It's a PHP management system which allows you to see all the files on your computer, and you've seen this before, of course, on my server. So sometimes I've replaced this index PHP with that encode explorer, and then renamed that to xampp, and then I can see all the files in my entire server very easily when I'm using localhost. So you can set it up however you like, but we're going to go on to content management systems now.